My entitled stepdaughter stole money from me, so I issued an ultimatum to my husband: kick her out or divorce. From the day I moved into my husband's house, my stepdaughter has despised me for no reason. A prime example being when I wouldn't give her $120 for the hair salon, she literally went through my wallet and stole the money. A week after that happened, I told my husband I was done with him enabling her. I explained she is 22, doesn't pay rent, doesn't work, or go to college. He interrupted to defend her, and I brought up the hair salon incident, and especially how when he found out about it, he didn't even say anything to her. He went silent, and that's when I gave him an ultimatum. Either she leaves the house, or we are getting a divorce. I can't kick my daughter out, I'm sorry, was his response. He walked out, and I genuinely could not believe it. I loved my husband so much, and truthfully, the ultimatum was not something I was ready to commit to just yet. I wanted to at least talk to him first about it, and so that's what I did. Benjamin and I had many arguments about it. He would say she was young and needed time to figure things out, but it was clear she wasn't even trying to figure it out. Lisa had always been a bit spoiled. When I first met her, she was just 15 living with her mother. Benjamin and I had just started dating, and I really wanted to make a good impression. On our first meeting, she demanded a new iPhone from him because hers was so last year, and all of her friends had the newest iPhone. Benjamin laughed it off, but I could see the pattern then. She always got what she wanted. Her mother spoiled her, giving her everything without question. As the years went by, Lisa's demands only grew. She expected everything to be handed to her on a silver platter. In high school, she refused to work a part-time job, insisting that studying was her job. But her grades didn't reflect that. She spent more time shopping and hanging out with friends than studying. Her mother and Benjamin always made excuses for her, saying she was finding herself. Fast forward to now, it seems like she has comfortably settled in to live off the back of her father and I. The next few days after I gave the ultimatum were unbearable to say the least. Lisa found out about what I said, and the ultimatum I gave her dad. She slammed doors, made snide comments, and went out of her way to make life miserable for me. Benjamin tried to mediate, but it was clear he was struggling to keep the peace. After a hard day at work, I was greeted by loud music blaring from the living room. It was Lisa's. I asked her politely if she could turn it down, and she didn't respond. She kept the volume obnoxiously high. I walked into the living room to find Lisa sitting on the couch, surrounded by snacks and empty soda cans. She was scrolling on her phone. I asked her again if she could turn it down, and she apologized with a smirk and said she didn't hear me. She took her sweet time grabbing the remote and turning down the volume by a notch. The music was still piercing loud. I let it go and went to the kitchen to make dinner, and I found dirty dishes piled high in the sink and crumbs all over the countertops. I called Lisa in there and asked her why she didn't clean up after herself, and she said she was going to do it later. My patience was running thin. I asked her before I left that morning to clean up before I got home, and she told me if I weren't so uptight all the time, things would be easier around here. I blew up on her. I told her that it wasn't about just doing the dishes. I wanted a clean home and respect. I said she doesn't care about anyone but herself. She screamed at me and told me that I thought that I was perfect and was controlling. She ended with, "Maybe that's why Dad doesn't really love you."